Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today it is of course that special time of year once again. It is the Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble, 50% off of course as it usually is. I'm at my local store once again. It feels like I was just here back in July, but it is now the November leg of the sale. It actually started in late October this year, which was something a little different. So I was a little bit taken aback by it. So I'm about a week or so into the sale, and it's not my usual opening day video, but I am here. So let's go see what is inside. I'm assuming that the setup is still relatively the same. Hopefully there's a lot more quantity and of course quality as well. So I am back out of the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale, and I did pick up a couple of things that I want to show to you all. I did put a couple of things back because it is early on in the sale, and you can't just get everything at once. You have to kind of play the field a little bit when it comes to these things, you know, leave a little bit for next time. I'm probably going to be coming back at least once or two more times, definitely because later on in the sale, Citizen Kane is coming out in 4K. Uncut Gems is coming out in 4K. There's a couple of films that they did not have here that I really want. Onibaba being one of them. That's a newer release that they just didn't have any copies of. The Melvin Van Peebles box set that just came out recently. I would love to get that as well. That may have to be an online purchase because I know if you've been seeing these videos for long enough, or if you've just seen this video, my store uses that spider grip wrapping around all of the box sets. It completely destroys the packaging, and you don't want to pay all of that money for destroyed packaging. So without further ado, let's get into the 5 things that I did end up getting. First up here is a film called Beasts of No Nation by Cary Fukunaga. This is a fantastic film that came out in 2015, and it was a film that was acquired by Netflix, and it was one of the first acquisitions that Netflix ever did for a film that wasn't theirs. At that time, they weren't really producing a lot of their own movies yet, not like they are now. So this was one of their first big gets, and this was a critical hit at the time, and it's a fantastic movie. Also, special shout out to film critic Robert Daniels, who wrote the essay for this. He's someone I follow on Twitter. Give him a follow, read his stuff. He's always very insightful and very honest about all of his opinions when it comes to movies and whatnot. Next is a film that many people have been waiting many years for it to come out on Blu-ray. It has been on DVD now for nearly 20 years through the Criterion Collection, and this is Lynn Ramsey's Ratcatcher. This is an amazing film, an astonishing work from Lynn Ramsey, and it's really one of her best works. It's, I believe, her first film, I can't quite remember, but yeah, this is an amazing film. So glad it finally came out. I can't recommend this film enough. I can't recommend her work enough. I'm just a big fan of her in general. Next up is a film by one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, and that is Satyajit Ray. And this is the film Devi. And this is a film that is, I believe, making its debut on Blu-ray, at least here in the United States. And this was a film I watched many years ago in much worse quality than I assumed this is going to be. This film desperately needed a remastering, a restoration, and all of those things, and I believe it got it with this release. And it's been quite a few years since we've gotten a release from Satyajit Ray's catalog through Criterion. I know they have so many of his films, not nearly all of them, but I know so many. So this was a must-buy for me. And then next we have a film called Afterlife by Hirokazu Koreeda. And this is a director whose work I'm just getting into now. My co-host for Chasing Labels, Stephen Billings, is a gigantic fan of his. He saw his film Shoplifters at the Telluride Film Festival a few years ago, so he's been pushing me to get into his work for a very long time, and we don't have much of his stuff available here on Blu-ray. It's really frustrating. Even Shoplifters, which is a fantastic, amazing film from him, still doesn't have a Blu-ray release, so hopefully that comes out soon. And then last but definitely not least is a film called Throwdown. This is an amazing Chinese film that I watched a few months ago for the Chasing Labels episode we did when it was announced, and yeah, it's an amazing film. I highly recommend this film for anyone who's kind of interested in a blind buy for this sale or blind buy in the future. Go into it knowing the least amount of possible, and I think you're really going to be surprised. It's a film that's dealing with a lot of existentialism. It's a love letter to Akira Kurosawa when it comes to its style and its approach to very human filmmaking. And yeah, I absolutely adore this film, and I had to buy it. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please check out the other videos on my channel and subscribe.